In this video, we'll be taking a look at the 15 SUVs that outlast everything else. Number 15, Toyota Land Cruiser. The Toyota Land Cruiser lives up to its tag as an SUV that outlasts everything else, built for people who want a vehicle they can depend on for years with minimal fuss. In the USA market, few nameplates match its track record for keeping going with basic service and common sense care. When you compare ownership costs over time, the Land Cruiser often makes sense even with a higher initial price tag around $75,000. You pay more up front, yes, but what you get is a rig that resists breakdowns that cost big repair bills and depreciates slower than most rivals. This SUV earns its reputation with parts and systems that refuse to quit, backed by a dealer network that knows how to keep them on the road. In real terms, that means fewer surprise bills at the repair shop and more predictable spending as you plan for each year. Reliability is not a marketing line here. It shows up in resale values that hold strong compared to other large SUVs. That residual strength matters when you decide to sell or trade in years down the line. Fuel economy is not its strong suit, but for owners focused on long-term value and peace of mind, the trade feels reasonable. Insurance and scheduled service costs are generally moderate for this class once you factor in its stable repair history. If your goal is to buy a large SUV once and keep it for as long as it stays sound, the Toyota Land Cruiser stands near the top of the list by reputation and real-world use. Number 14, Subaru Crosstrek. The Subaru Crosstrek shows that long-term durability does not require a huge bank loan. For 2026, it starts at roughly $25,000, which makes it one of the more sensible choices for buyers who want solid reliability without stepping into luxury pricing. Subaru has spent years refining its flat-4 engine and standard all-wheel drive system, and that steady development pays off in day-to-day use. This is a vehicle built to deal with snow, rain, rough pavement, and long commutes without constant trips to the repair shop. Across the USA, many owners report crossing 150,000 miles and beyond with only routine maintenance. The powertrain is tuned for balance rather than stress, which helps reduce wear over time. Parts are widely available, labor costs stay manageable, and independent shops know these vehicles well. That keeps unexpected dollar surprises to a minimum. Insurance premiums are usually fair and fuel costs stay reasonable thanks to practical efficiency. Resale value also works in your favor. Even after years on the road, the Crosstrek tends to hold strong demand in the used market, which protects your investment better than many small SUVs in the same range. When you look at total ownership cost instead of just sticker price, the numbers make sense. If you want an SUV you can buy, maintain properly, and trust for years without major drama, the Subaru Crosstrek stands as a smart long-term bet. Number 13, Nissan Murano. The Nissan Murano offers a different take on long-term ownership, focusing on steady performance and proven mechanical history. For 2026, pricing sits around $38,000, placing it in the heart of the midsize SUV market. What helps the Murano earn its place here is its long-running V6 engine platform, which has been refined over many production cycles, and is known for smooth, predictable power delivery without excessive strain. In real-world use across the USA, the Murano has built a reputation for going well past 150,000 miles when maintained on schedule. The engine's track record is one of its strongest selling points, with relatively low reports of major internal failures compared to some turbocharged competitors. That means fewer high-dollar repair shocks as the years stack up. Routine service costs stay reasonable, and parts availability is strong nationwide, keeping downtime and labor bills under control. Fuel economy is fair for its class, helping manage yearly gas expenses. Insurance rates also tend to land in a comfortable range for families who want a midsize SUV without luxury brand premiums. Depreciation is moderate, but not steep, which helps protect your investment if you ever decide to sell. If your goal is to buy an SUV that stays dependable through years of daily use without becoming a money pit, the Nissan Murano delivers solid value. Number 12, Lexus GX. The Lexus GX stands as one of the clearest examples of an SUV built to stay on the road for decades, not just years. For 2026, it carries a price tag starting around $60,000, and while that number is not small, long-term ownership often tells a different story. The GX is based on a body-on-frame platform that has proven itself under serious stress, from towing to rough terrain, without developing the kind of chronic issues that drain bank accounts. Across the United States, it is common to see GX models with 200,000 miles still running strong with routine service. The naturally aspirated engine avoids the added strain of smaller turbo units, which helps reduce long-term wear. Transmission durability is another strong point, known for handling daily driving and heavy loads without frequent rebuilds. Repair records over the years show fewer catastrophic failures compared to many luxury SUVs in the same price range. Maintenance costs are higher than non-luxury brands, but they remain predictable. Lexus reliability ratings consistently rank near the top, which translates into fewer unexpected four-figure repair bills. Resale value is also one of the GX's biggest strengths. Even after a decade, used prices remain firm, protecting your original $60,000 investment better than most competitors. For buyers who want a luxury SUV that does not turn into a liability after the warranty ends, the Lexus GX makes a convincing case. Number 11. Subaru Forester. The Subaru Forester builds its reputation on steady engineering and long-term dependability rather than flashy numbers. For 2026, it starts at about $27,000, putting it in a sweet spot for buyers who want reliability without stepping into premium pricing. Subaru continues to rely on its naturally aspirated flat-4 engine paired with standard all-wheel drive, a setup that has been tested for years in American climates ranging from snowy mountain states to humid southern highways. What makes the Forester stand out is consistency. Many owners across the USA report passing 180,000 miles and even 200,000 miles with proper maintenance. The engine avoids the extra strain of heavy turbocharging, which helps control long-term wear. Scheduled services are straightforward, and major components tend to hold up well when oil changes and fluid intervals are followed. Repair costs stay reasonable compared to many rivals, and parts are easy to source nationwide. Fuel economy remains competitive for a true all-wheel drive SUV, which helps reduce yearly fuel spending. Insurance premiums are typically fair, and resale value remains strong because used buyers know these vehicles have a history of lasting. That steady resale demand protects your investment over time and softens depreciation. For anyone who wants to buy once and avoid the cycle of frequent replacements, the Subaru Forester makes practical financial sense. Number 10. Honda Pilot. The Honda Pilot earns its place by doing one thing very well, lasting a long time without draining your bank account. For 2026, pricing begins at around $39,000, placing it firmly in the midsize family SUV segment. What makes the Pilot stand out is Honda's long history with durable V6 engines and transmissions designed for steady, everyday use rather than pushing extreme performance figures. Across the USA, it is common to see Pilots with 180,000 miles or more still running reliably with proper maintenance. The naturally aspirated engine avoids the added complexity of heavy turbocharging, which can mean fewer expensive repairs as the years go by. Routine service costs remain reasonable, and parts availability is strong nationwide. That keeps labor times predictable and helps owners avoid surprise four-figure repair bills. The Pilot also holds resale value better than many competitors in its class. Used buyers trust the Honda name, which supports strong demand even after years of use. Insurance costs tend to stay moderate for a vehicle of its size, and fuel economy remains competitive for a three-row SUV, helping control yearly expenses. When you look at total ownership cost over a decade or longer, the Honda Pilot often proves to be a steady financial decision. Number 9. Chevrolet Tahoe. The Chevrolet Tahoe is built for buyers who want full-size strength with the kind of durability that holds up year after year. For 2026, it starts at about $58,000, And while that is a serious investment, the Tahoe has a long track record of staying on the road well past 200,000 miles when maintained properly. Its body-on-frame construction is designed for towing, hauling, and heavy daily use without the structural fatigue that can shorten the life of lighter crossovers. One of the Tahoe's biggest strengths is its proven V8 engine lineup. These engines have been refined over many generations and are known for handling high mileage without major internal failures when serviced on schedule. In the USA, parts are easy to source, and nearly every mechanic is familiar with the platform, which helps control repair costs compared to some imported large SUVs. That widespread support network matters once the warranty period ends. Resale value remains strong in the full-size SUV market, especially in regions where towing and space are priorities. Even after a decade, used Tahoes often command solid prices, protecting your original $58,000 investment. Insurance rates are higher than smaller SUVs, but they are generally in line with other vehicles in this class. If you want a large SUV that can handle real work and still keep going for years without becoming unreliable, the Chevrolet Tahoe stands tall. Number 8. Toyota RAV4. The Toyota RAV4 proves that lasting reliability does not have to come with a massive price tag. For 2026, it starts at about $29,000, making it one of the most accessible long-term bets in the SUV market. Toyota's reputation for durability plays a major role here, but what really matters is how the RAV4 performs year after year in real American driving conditions. Across the USA, it is common to find RAV4 models crossing 200,000 miles with consistent maintenance and very few major mechanical failures. The powertrain is tuned for efficiency and steady output rather than pushing limits, which helps reduce wear over time. Routine service costs remain manageable, and parts are widely available in every state. That keeps ownership predictable and helps avoid large repair bills that can quickly add up to thousands of dollars. Fuel economy is one of its strongest financial advantages, lowering yearly gas expenses compared to larger SUVs. Insurance rates are generally affordable, and resale value remains among the best in its segment. Even after years of use, the RAV4 tends to hold demand in the used market, protecting much of your original $29,000 investment. For buyers who want an SUV that can handle daily commutes, family duty, and long road trips without becoming a maintenance headache, the Toyota RAV4 makes a strong case. Number 7. Ford Expedition. The Ford Expedition is built for buyers who need serious size and strength without giving up long-term durability. For 2026, pricing begins around $59,000, placing it among the heavy hitters in the full-size SUV segment. What makes the Expedition stand out is its strong towing capability combined with a frame designed to handle years of load, road trips, and daily family duty without structural fatigue. Under the exterior, Ford's twin-turbo V6 has matured over several production cycles, proving that when maintained correctly, it can deliver strong performance without constant repair issues. Many owners in the USA report crossing 180,000 miles and beyond with proper servicing. Routine maintenance costs are competitive for a vehicle of this size, and parts are widely available nationwide, which keeps long-term ownership realistic instead of overwhelming. Resale value holds up well, especially in states where towing and space are priorities. Large SUVs like the Expedition remain in steady demand, which protects a good portion of that $59,000 investment over time. For buyers who want a full-size SUV that can handle work, travel, and years of use without falling apart, the Ford Expedition delivers staying power. Number 6. Acura MDX. The Acura MDX blends long-term reliability with a strong reputation for mechanical durability. For 2026, it starts at about $50,000, placing it in the premium midsize SUV category. While that price is not small, the MDX has a history of holding up well beyond 170,000 miles when serviced properly, which makes the long-term math easier to justify. The naturally aspirated V6 engine used in the MDX has been refined over multiple generations, focusing on steady output and reduced stress. That approach often results in fewer high-dollar repairs compared to heavily turbocharged competitors in the same class. Across the USA, Acura's service network is well established, and parts availability remains strong, helping keep maintenance predictable rather than overwhelming. Labor costs are typically lower than many European luxury rivals, which can save thousands of dollars over a decade of ownership. Resale value is another strong point. Even after years of use, the MDX continues to attract used buyers who trust the brand's track record. That demand supports better depreciation numbers compared to many other luxury SUVs in the $50,000 range. If you want a luxury SUV that can deliver years of dependable service without turning into a financial burden, the Acura MDX makes solid long-term sense. Number 5. Toyota 4Runner. The Toyota 4Runner has earned its reputation by sticking to a formula that values strength and durability over short-term trends. For 2026, it starts at about $42,000 and buyers know exactly what they are paying for. This is an SUV built on a body-on-frame platform that has been refined over decades, designed to handle rough roads, towing, and daily driving without developing long-term structural issues. Across the United States, it is common to see 4Runners pass 200,000 miles with routine maintenance and minimal major repairs. The naturally aspirated engine is known for steady performance without being pushed to extreme limits, which helps extend its lifespan. Owners who keep up with oil changes, fluid services, and basic upkeep often avoid costly breakdowns that can run into several $1,000s. The simplicity of its design compared to more complex rivals works in its favor over time. Another major strength is resale value. Even after 10 or more years, used 4Runners often sell for strong prices, protecting much of that $42,000 investment. Insurance costs remain reasonable for a vehicle of its size, and nationwide parts availability keeps repair times manageable. For buyers who want an SUV that can handle years of work, travel, and changing conditions without losing reliability, the Toyota 4Runner remains one of the most trusted choices on the market. Number 4. Honda CR-V. The Honda CR-V has built its name on steady dependability and low ownership stress. For 2026, it starts at about $30,000, which makes it one of the most practical long-term investments in the compact SUV segment. Honda has spent decades refining the CR-V platform, and that consistency shows in how well these vehicles age on American roads. Across the USA, it is common to see CR-V models surpass 200,000 miles with regular maintenance and very few major mechanical issues. The engine is designed for balanced performance rather than high strain, which helps extend its lifespan. Owners who stay on top of routine service often avoid the kind of expensive breakdowns that can cost several $1,000s. Independent repair shops are familiar with the platform, and parts are widely available, helping to keep labor and replacement costs reasonable. Fuel economy remains one of its biggest financial advantages, especially for drivers who commute daily. Lower fuel bills add up significantly over years of ownership. Insurance premiums are generally affordable, and depreciation is slower than many competitors in the same price range. Even after years of use, the CR-V holds strong demand in the used market, protecting much of that original $30,000 investment. If you want an SUV that delivers consistent performance, manageable costs, and long-lasting reliability, the Honda CR-V stands as one of the safest choices available. Number 3. Chevrolet Suburban. The Chevrolet Suburban carries one of the longest legacies in the SUV market, and that history is tied directly to durability. For 2026, it starts at about $61,000, making it a major purchase. What sets it apart is its body-on-frame construction and heavy-duty engineering, built to handle towing, long highway runs, and demanding family use without structural fatigue over time. Across the United States, it is not unusual to find Suburbans with 200,000 miles or more still running reliably. The available V8 engines are designed for sustained performance rather than short bursts of power, which helps reduce long-term strain. Owners who stay consistent with oil changes, cooling system service, and transmission maintenance often avoid costly failures that can run into several $1,000s. The platform has been around long enough that mechanics nationwide understand it well, which helps keep labor and diagnostic costs reasonable. Another advantage is resale strength. In regions where towing capacity and passenger space matter, the Suburban remains in steady demand even after many years of use. That demand supports solid used values, helping protect much of the original $61,000 investment. Insurance costs reflect its size, but they are in line with other full-size SUVs in the same class. For buyers who need serious capability combined with proven longevity, the Chevrolet Suburban stands as one of the most durable options available. Number 2. GMC Yukon. The GMC Yukon delivers full-size strength with a reputation for durability that has been tested across American highways for decades. For 2026, it starts at about $62,000, placing it firmly in the upper tier of large SUVs. That price reflects its heavy-duty body-on-frame construction, designed to handle towing, hauling, and long-distance driving without developing the fatigue issues that can shorten the life of lighter vehicles. Many Yukon owners report reaching 200,000 miles with steady maintenance and very few major mechanical failures. The available V8 engines are built for sustained output and long-term use, which helps them remain dependable even under heavy loads. When serviced on time, these powertrains often avoid the expensive breakdowns that can cost several $1,000s. Resale value remains competitive in regions where towing capacity and interior space are priorities. Even after years on the road, the Yukon continues to command solid used prices, protecting a large portion of that $62,000 purchase. Insurance costs are higher than smaller SUVs, but they remain in line with others in the full-size category. For buyers who want a large SUV built to endure serious use without constant repair stress, the GMC Yukon stands firm. Number 1. Toyota Sequoia. The Toyota Sequoia closes this list as a full-size SUV built with one clear goal: long-term survival. For 2026, it starts at about $63,000, and while that is a serious investment, its reputation for durability makes the numbers easier to justify. Toyota has a long history of building engines and drivetrains designed for sustained use, and the Sequoia carries that philosophy into the full-size segment. Across the USA, Sequoias are known to pass 200,000 miles with proper maintenance and very few catastrophic failures. The powertrain is engineered for steady performance rather than pushing limits, which helps control wear over time. Owners who keep up with routine service often avoid major repair bills that can reach several $1,000s. Toyota's nationwide dealer and parts network also helps keep downtime short and maintenance predictable. Resale value is one of the Sequoia's strongest financial advantages. Even after many years on the road, used examples continue to command strong prices, protecting much of that $63,000 investment. Insurance costs are in line with other full-size SUVs, and long-term ownership expenses tend to remain manageable compared to many rivals in the same class. If your goal is to buy a large SUV once and keep it for the long haul without worrying about constant mechanical problems, the Toyota Sequoia stands as one of the most dependable options available. And with this, we have reached the end of this video. Make sure to like it and subscribe the channel for future upcoming videos.